Good day, and welcome to the fiscal year 2014 Community Compass Technical Assistance NOFA Q&A broadcast. My name is Ken Rogers, and with me today, to my left, is Pam Williams, and to her left, Marina Hickian. There are a few things I'd like to remind everyone watching the broadcast today. There are a few things that you need to have to be an applicant for this NOFA. One is a Dun & Bradstreet number, and the other thing is a central contract registry number. Please make sure that you have those before you apply. Also, frequently asked questions on the webcast today are just a few of the sampling of the questions that we've gotten. Please check HUD.gov to get the full list of all the questions and answers that have been asked. Also, application date for the NOFA is July 23rd. We do strongly recommend that you get your application in a day or two beforehand to grants.gov. That way, if there is any issue with the application process, the submitting of the application, we can get that taken care of before the deadline date. Now to the questions. Pam?
Hi, Marie. I will start with you. Are applicants required to address all the eligible activities listed in Section 1A1 of the NOFA?
Applicants, Pam, do not have to address all of the eligible activities. There are 7 eligible activities, and applicants need to respond to at least 2 of the eligible activities, and applicants need to be able to demonstrate expertise and experience in whatever activities they choose.
Ken, what is the difference between Community Compass Objectives C and D in Section 1A2 of the NOFA?
Well, Pam, the objectives are related, but require a slightly different technical assistance approach or scope. Objective D may focus on improving one or more specific areas of deficiency and to build a capacity for long-term improvement in PHAs and also in Native American housing. Objective D determines sources of the PHA issues and creates a plan to ensure the operations and finances become more viable in the long term.
Can an organization apply as an applicant and also be listed as a subcontractor under another organization's application?
Pam, the simple answer is no. An organization applies as an applicant or is included as a subcontractor or a consultant on another organization's application, but not both.
Is there a standard format for listing subcontractors and consultants, or a maximum length or size for the subcontract list, Ken?
No, there is no standard size or format or length. The list of contractors and subcontractors is excluded from that maximum. But a reminder that the narrative for answering factors 1 through 3 is limited to 50 pages.
What is required in the one-page summary, and how does an applicant determine the amount to be included in the summary, Marie?
What is required is first a statement of the type of organization that the applicant is. Is it a disadvantaged business? Is it a small business? Does it represent Native American housing interests? And secondly, you have to have an amount that's based on the total cooperative agreement technical assistance to be provided over a 3-year period. This would include the number of personnel, the range of the personnel, skill, expertise, and the ability to execute multiple engagements over a 3-year period. There is additional detailed information on page 14 of the NOFA.
The NOFA requires that applicants have an agreement in place with consultants and subcontractors that are included in their application. What is required, Ken?
Well, Pam, a written acknowledgement between the subcontractor or consultant with the applicant is required. Where just something that in writing that says that they will participate in the technical assistance work if the applicant is successful in their application. A letter from the subcontractor or consultant and a written acknowledgement from the application is sufficient.
Marie, when HUD asks for a description of the proposed team's relevant experience and capacity, does this mean only the direct experience of the applicant's organization itself?
HUD's use of the word team includes both the applicant, the organization, and the subcontractors and consultants with whom, as Ken said in the earlier question, the applicant has an agreement. This may or may not include a description of every individual team member's experience and expertise, but it should include enough information so that you're not simply listing the names and qualifications of all the staff members.
Does HUD require applicants to describe all their relevant experience and capacity since the organization was founded, or over any other specific timeframes, Ken?
Pam, HUD doesn't require a specific time frame for the applicant's experience and capacity. However, they should address their experience fully and demonstrate the capacity to perform the Community Compass technical assistance work and eligible activities.
Will more points be awarded to proposals with capacity and experience in multiple areas, or fewer points in fewer areas, Marie?
Pam, applicants need to demonstrate a broad range of expertise and experience or deep experience and expertise in a few areas. They must address at least 2 eligible activities of the total of 7 in the NOFA. Importantly, you could receive the maximum number of points and address only 2 of the 7 areas.
Which eligible activity would apply to an applicant with experience working directly with Native American tribes and public housing agencies?
Pam, it depends on the type of work the team has performed. For eligible activities, the applicant should refer to the Section 1A1 of the NOFA.
Are applicants required to include 3 objectives each for the city, county, and Native American tribes in their TA plan? Are the number of objectives addressed counted for the plan as a whole, Marie?
The TA plan requires applicants to address 3 or more objectives for the total community profile, which is a single community. Some objectives may be only relevant to either the city, the county, or just a Native American tribe, or in some cases may be relevant to all 3. The TA plan, however, should consider the city, county, and tribe to effectively address the range of technical assistance needs.
Ken, are applicants required to develop a TA plan that address all the issues in all 3 areas of the community profile, or can they only address issues in one of the areas?
Well, Pam, the applicants are not required to address all the issues related to all 3 communities and are not required to address all 3 communities. And they may elect to address only 1 or 2 community issues in their application.
Marie, are the total amount of funds requested in the one-page summary the same as the total budget for the TA plan?
Pam, no. The 2 are not the same. The detailed budget should match the proposed plan for technical assistance, or TA plan. The total amount of funds requested is based on the overall cost of the total resources needed to carry out the technical assistance work over a 3-year period in the cooperative agreement. Once again, detailed information can be found in the FAQ document to be posted on HUD.gov or page 15 of the NOFA.
Ken, how does an applicant prepares a budget, including travel costs, without knowing all the information about the community?
Well, Pam, in preparing that budget, the applicant should assume that the community isn't within the United States, and that they should also normal travel costs, such as airfare, lodging, meals, and ground transportation should be included in that budget.
Lastly, Marie, How does applicants determine the period of performance for the TA plan?
Well, the best thing to remember is that it should not exceed 36 months. That's the period of time for the entire cooperative agreement. But the proposed technical assistance plan should have a time that is commensurate with the proposed TA and the time period needed to carry out the proposed technical assistance.
Well, I'd like to thank you both, so I'll turn this over to Ken.
Yes, in closing, I'd like to thank Marie and Pam for being with me, but a few little reminders once again. The first two webinars that were done on this NOFA can be found at HUD.gov, along with the answers, this webinar, and the answers to all the FAQs that have been submitted to HUD for the NOFA. Also, I'd like to remind you that if you have any additional questions, you can post those to the Community Compass at HUD. Thank you. Additional questions to communitycompass@hud.gov no later than July 18th. We will post the answers for those questions that are submitted before that date. And also a reminder here again, that application due date is July 23rd. Thank you very much. Have a good day.